about to start.
Everyone, welcome to a new episode of No Conduct Radio. I am Kai, your host, doing this show from a moving van. I am taking you on this journey with me. Tonight we're actually going to shake shit up. I knew we were supposed to be talking about your jealousy stories, but since I'm still stuck moving, the joys, we're actually going to talk about We're actually going to bring back rock soup, which I know a lot of y'all have been asking for it for a while, and we just haven't been doing it because we've been having a lot of relationship questions coming in and stuff like that, so we've kind of been focusing on that. So being that tonight I'm in a moving truck, and I'm trying to drive safely. I am driving hands-free right now, but we're going to have a Logic hosting this show, actually. We're going to be doing rock soup, which, as you know, is BYOT, bring your own topic. And right now we're joined with Logic and Char. And also I have a very important relationship question from one of my friends that I want to bring to the panel later on. So without further ado, Logic, Char, how's it going?
Hey, guys.
Sweet.
Hi, Logic. Hi, Kai. I know. Where's BJ tonight?
He's not on yet. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So Kai, how are you hands-free? What does that mean? Do you mean like on the what is it called? Automatic. What is it called? When it drives for you? Do those trucks do that? Automatic steering or?
I already did my U-Haul truck. Right now, I'm in just a regular truck for my friend.
Well, how is it hands-free? Do you mean auto steering or what? What does that mean?
No, like Bluetooth. Bluetooth, like you're not holding the phone.
Oh, I thought
she's not holding the phone. Yeah.
No, I thought she meant she's driving it hands-free, like she's actually, navigating the car or the truck hands-free.
No, my hands are not on the steering wheel right now. Yes. I'm trying to kill everybody on the road because a car that's never been invented yet, I'm driving.
It actually sounded extremely unsafe. Now I get it. Not a problem. Bluetooth is great. Okay, got it. Thanks, Logic. I honestly went there in my head. I did.
Good.
I did. Yeah, I'm glad. So moving.
My movers didn't get everything out of my house.
Yet.
So I'm the one doing the rest of it all by my lonesome.
Oh, geez, that's loads of fun. Logic, what were you saying?
No, I was saying we're not quite there yet where we don't have to, we don't have to drive our cars. We're not there at that future point yet.
Oh, okay,
right?
Gotcha.
What the hell is Char talking about? A self-driving truck?
Actually, that's not true. Where have you guys been? Are you kidding? There's a Tesla and there's the Google car.
They're the Teslas and they're cars, not trucks, and they're still having accidents. So why would I? Huh?
No, I was going to agree with you. Go ahead. You said, why would you?
Oh, yeah. I'm like, why would I put my life in the hands of a car? No, I like to drive my own car, thank you.
All right, that's what you say until you're in the back of an Uber and the Uber driver tells you, oh, do you know this is a Tesla? He says that to me. Like, I'm looking like this is a really cool car. And honestly, guys, I'm not making this up. I had a cup of wine, like red wine, in this man's car. I called an Uber because Charles had to go ahead of me one day in his wonderful Benz. He thinks his Benz is so precious I can't even drive it, for crying out loud. I just don't get that. So I was like, okay, well, I called an Uber, and what pulls up? A Tesla. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And I thought it was a Google car. I don't know the difference. And so I get in. He goes, oh, do you know what kind of car this is? Well,
Did
no,
she
the
just
Google
say a
car was
Google car?
before. That's what they called it. That was the first one. In fact, the guy that invented the Google car that drives itself, he fell asleep in the car and had an accident. You guys seriously didn't hear about that 2 years ago? Before the Tesla, like that particular version was even invented. That's where the whole concept came from years ago. And this is 2 years ago. But anyway, that was fun. So, yeah. The guy asked me, did I know what kind of car it was? I'm like, okay, well, I don't know. I just think it's really cool. And I'm laughing because it was all white leather on the inside and white carpet and black on the outside. And when he said that, I know my wine was shaking. We went over a couple of months. It was like a cup of red, the reddest wine ever. And he's like, yeah, this is the best car ever. Do you want to see how it drives itself? I said absolutely not for a couple of reasons. First of all, I'm definitely going to end up spilling this wine in your back seat. Second of all, I'm not going to ride in a car that's going to drive itself, dude. You can take that chance when you drop me off. Thank you. And he didn't charge any more. You would think it would be a little more expensive, like a Google Black car. I keep saying Google. I just want to say Google, say Uber Black. But it was just the regular fare. So anywho, that's my experience with that. Yeah, guys actually have their hands on the wheel. That's all I was trying to discover here.
Yeah, well, if like a Tesla driver tells me, do I want to see it hands-free, I'm not doing it. That's not happening. Screw that.
Nah,
Well,
there
it's
was
pretty safe.
a Uber dude who was using the self-driving, which Tesla and everybody says don't do it because technology is not there yet, you know. But he was like reading a paper or something like that, and it ran over a pedestrian, killed him. And then another guy was going somewhere. That was his own personal car. This next guy, he had a Tesla and was going somewhere, and the car could not recognize the difference between the sky and the side of this trailer. It was a truck that was turning. So when you see the broadside, it was all white. So it thought it was the sky and kept driving,
like
and it
sky,
went under the trailer, and it decapitated him, and killed him.
Oh my God, that's horrible. Jeez, that's crazy. And they say that it's supposed to detect very, very. It's supposed to be a really it's supposed to be able to really distinguish between an actual moving object human being and a moving object car and space in between and all of that, or white space as they call it. But apparently computers are only as good as the people that actually program the computers. So I don't know. It's just a computer with the steering wheel. So
I mean, there's certain things I'll let a computer do, but anything dealing with handling my life, I don't think so.
That's crazy because they're still selling and they're improving the technology apparently. I mean, quite a bit since some of these fatalities, unfortunately. But
I don't think anybody's buying a Tesla for the self-driving. I think it's just because it's a good-looking electric car, which is electric cars.
Yeah, you don't have the gas and less.
So.
Yeah,
and it's expensive too.
no
I don't
gas.
like it at all.
Well, the way that the driver explained it to me, it definitely sounded reasonable. I wish I could remember specifically, but we were looking at gas prices, and it sounded very reasonable as to when he needed to, to fuel it, so to speak, with the electricity.
$80,000 for a car, I hope it will pay off the gas too.
Yeah, but seriously, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Because probably half of that 80,000 goes towards, covering the gas, so to speak, because you really don't pay as much as the average person. Like if we pay $3.57 a gallon, you might pay like $2.27 or something. It really is a lot less. I was very impressed with that. I'm just giving you an example.
On the East Coast?
It's like half of it. No, I said $3.57. Okay, let's say $4.57 a gallon. I'm just saying, and this is regular unleaded, not diesel or anything else or super. So I'm saying on average. Then he was giving me an example. If that was the price for, just on average for any other car, it seems like it was half of that price. And I said, whoa. That's amazing. That's a really good price. It's really good. It's less than half of what we pay. He goes, yeah, so it's not bad. But like Kai said, you're making up for it in advance because you're paying so much for the car itself, probably to cover whatever arrangement they have with the oil companies out there. I don't know. It's got to be something to that. I don't know how they figure it out, but it definitely was a lot less than the gas. If you choose to even use gas, or not even gas, but when they, use the electricity, when they refuel it and electric, whatever. I don't know. I don't have an electric car, okay? Everybody leave me alone.
Are you talking about when they recharge it? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I was trying to say that, but he was giving me an example if he did have to put gas, and I'm like, does it take gas? I don't even remember now. I just know he said it was more economical than what we would pay anyway. Like we pay.
It's economical if the traveling that you're doing is within a certain radius, and you're only traveling a certain amount of time per day. You know what I mean? Or distance, I should say, distance per day, because charging stations aren't everywhere. It's, that's number one. And number two, the distance that you can go and then make it back round trip, obviously you would have a charging station at your house or wherever you live. It would have to be within that radius. If it's anything beyond it, then it's not economical for you to get an electric
I get
car.
it. You could be in the boonies somewhere. What are you supposed to do, right? I thought it was a charger pack in the trunk, just as a backup. I just figured it was something like that, like a pad or a pack or something that you've mounted.
No, you need like an industrial electrical line. You can't just plug it into a wall.
Oh my God, that would be crazy if you're traveling long distance. That's crazy. Yeah, because there's all types of areas that are desolate and don't have technology, let alone people, let alone gas stations, but anything else. So yeah, that makes sense. Oh my God, that's kind of scary. Well then, you know what? It should just be a second car anyway. Okay, here's my thing. I would not, if I was an Uber driver or a Lyft driver. There's no way, if I did have a Tesla, there's no way that'd be my main car. Because why would I want these strangers? Like some of them are smelly, don't have good hygiene. They could literally be, and they also could have a cup of wine that's shaking around like me. There could just be a number of scenarios where why would you want strangers in your car all day in a Tesla? That's the only car that you have. It just doesn't sound very smart to me. If you could afford that, you could afford a second economical compact or something.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. If he could afford a Tesla, why is he an Uber driver or something? Tesla's
that too. Why are you? Right.
I think it's like starting 60 or 80,000. One of those two.
He told me he was closer to 80. He told me that's what he paid, and it was a brand new one. I could still smell the leather, like I could tell it was new. And he was some tech geeky guy, tech guru, geeky type of guy, because that's what he actually does. And all I'm saying is this: people have different reasons for being a Uber driver, because really it's your own business on the side. You work when you want, you get paid every day or whatever. But I'm just saying, I would just have a backup car. And obviously, you might have to be an Uber driver so you could pay for the actual Tesla in the first place. So it just depends on what's going on, what you have going on in your life. I've met many Uber and Lyft drivers. I've taken so many rides. It's mighty funny. And they tell me their stories. They just like to talk, believe it or not. You would think they're on radio. And some of them have very good lifestyles. They're very stable. They have great careers, but they enjoy people and they enjoy the flexibility, the convenience, and the independence and that sort of thing. But I would say probably.
I don't like people that much to have them in my car.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying too. But you'd be surprised though. But on the other hand, there's a good number of them who absolutely just don't really want to do it for very long. They're just annoyed with people. They can't stand. They feel like they're being ripped off. They're not getting good tips. That Lyft or Uber doesn't appreciate them. They're complaining, or they drive for both, trying to chase a dollar to see which one works out better. But you know what? Overall, it's really what they call free enterprise. Anyone can do it. Everyone has an opportunity, and really, we should all be happy there is such a thing, because it definitely stimulates the economy, no matter where you live. So, even overseas. So, really, I think it's a great thing overall.
I guess I know your car blew up or whatever. You haven't gotten it replaced yet?
Okay, who was that question directed to?
You?
Oh, are you talking about the BMW by 5 truck?
Whatever
My car,
the car that went out.
Oh my God, are you freaking kidding me? You guys, a year ago, almost a year and a half ago, this car has had so many problems. So we had it in the shop for a really long time. And every time we went to this shop, and I'm not going to, okay, I don't want to sound like I'm being judgmental of other people's ethnicity and race and what have you. But anyway, so we went to, okay, so we had it in a particular type of, I'm not going to say that. We had it at a mechanic's in a shop for a while. But every time we came back, they would tell us there's something else wrong with this truck. And we're like, really? Well, that's funny because we were coming to pick it up, and here's the last payment. Oh, no. There's something else wrong with it. Oh, you owe this, you owe that. So fine. And we're like, what? So we keep putting all this money into it. They always say something's broke. One day, so the last time about 6 months ago, we asked to see the manager. This one lady with greasy fingers. I mean, this woman looked like the biggest butch I've ever seen in my life. And she was like, I could barely understand her accent. She had the greasiest, oily fingers. And she's like, she told us that she said she was the manager. Then this other guy comes up and goes, no, actually the owner's in Mexico with his family. And we're like, okay, when will he be back? They said, we don't know, but we moved your car to another place, to another shop. And we're like, what? Why would you move our car to another shop and not tell us that? And so we're asking for the address, we're asking for the information, and they said you have to pay this first. You can't pick it up. It just turned into this big thing. We literally had to get a lawyer. I won't even go into the rest of it, and I'm not getting the truck back because they're saying that we owe so much that the owner's not coming back. He went to Mexico and never came back. I'm not making this up. I'm really serious. So, and they're saying we owe this, that.
Why would you abandon your vehicle? Why wouldn't you just take them to court and say they're hijacking my car? Well,
we did. That's what I'm saying. We already started the proceedings of that. We don't even know where the truck is. I mean, Charles literally, I had to call the police because Charles jumped on the guy, is cursing the guy out, and then where is the car? Where's Char's car? They wouldn't tell us where it was. It was just like it was horrible. And they kept saying we owed, and we weren't paying everything else they said we owed. They kept breaking it to say we owed thousands, and you guys they're lying because there was nothing. There was a nice truck. It wasn't even that old. 2011, or no, I think it was a 10. It wasn't like any older than that, but it wasn't like super old, breaking down. It wasn't that bad in the first place when we first put it in. And every time we came, they would say something else was wrong with it. It was a scam going on, obviously. We would keep paying it, because the last time we went, he's like, Char, drive behind me because we're going to get this blank car, truck today, right? So, I'm like, okay, Bonnie and Clyde, let's do it. The truck was already moved. They took it to another shop. And then they said, no, don't panic because we'll let you know. We'll call you, to let you know what's going on and who has it. We'll give you the address. They wouldn't give us anything at that time. That's when we went to the lawyers. We started the proceedings and everything. We don't have anything else to prove it. It wasn't like he owned the truck anyway. The payments were upside down anyway. He had stopped making the payments because they wouldn't give us the truck back. He literally stopped making payments on the truck because he said, I'm not getting this truck back. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, it was just too much. So I just never heard of anything like that. I don't even know. Every time I ask him what we should do and what really happened, I just don't get a real straight answer because I saw with my own eyes what was going on. So it's just a lost cause. That's why I don't even talk about it anymore. Yeah.
What's the topic today? What are we talking about?
Well, it's not that. That's for sure.
Well, the topic is just rock soup. Bring your own topic. That's all we're doing today. So what I'm going to do is my topic is a question that I have from one of my friends dealing with her relationship. Basically, should she leave or should she stay? And that's what I'm bringing today. So one of y'all, basically, I guess, I would ask, what's in the news? What's been on your mind? What do you want to get off your mind for our listeners to hear?
Well, I just read an article about this kid who was statutorily raped by his teacher, and she got pregnant in the in the process of raping him. She went to prison. Excuse me. She went to prison, had a baby, got released from prison after she did her time, and she took him to court for child support and actually won. So he has to pay child support to his rapist teacher.
How the hell did that work?
I don't know. That's what it is.
How old was the boy?
I think he was maybe 19 when this happened. 19 or 20 when they took him when they took him to court.
Okay, so if she raped him, I really wanted to know how it would work. How it would work that she was able to get child support.
What did you say?
I said if she raped him, I really want to know how it would work that she would get child support. If she was convicted of it because she's in jail.
I don't know. I guess the court is looking at it like, he's the father of the kid. I don't know. I don't know what
But it's not
premise
like he
they used.
It's not like he wanted it. It wasn't a consensual act.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm just telling you what the family court said. The woman brought him to court for this child, and they granted her and awarded her child support. So he had 19
she
now.
She had a lot of nerve.
Or whatever.
That's ridiculous.
You two are taking this really easy. I think that's corruption to the highest order, because if the roles were reversed, if it was some guy that raped a young girl and then he went to she had a baby and somehow his family got custody of the kid, I don't think that dude would ever in his life be able to get out of prison and then take that girl to court for child support and win.
Right.
I don't think that would ever happen. So I just think it's a dereliction of duty to the highest order that some judge award her child support from her victim. That's crazy.
Well, I think his parents need to take them back to court and then sue them also for this bullshit, because that is crazy.
Yeah.
I was about to say nobody, nothing. Everybody's all quiet.
No, I just said it's ridiculous. That's not right. I don't even believe it happened, but geez.
Did you fact check that story? Because it could have been fake news.
Right, Trump's
No,
news.
It really happened.
Wow.
That's insane.
Why are we surprised, Kai? Everything happens in the world now. You know that. Not like the old days where things actually, were unbelievable. Now nothing's believable or unbelievable, because everything happens that could possibly happen. That's crazy, because the world is just going to crap.
Back in the day too. It just was not as known, I guess.
Dramatic, or yeah.
Not dramatic, just as known, because there was no social media. There was no, cell phone to spread it around really quickly, stuff like that.
Right, that's true, because we just didn't know about these things because there wasn't a way to tell it everyone. That's true. It could have been, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, oh, man, yes, BJ.
Yeah.
Hey, he's there. Hi, BJ. You're fashionably on time. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you?
Nice to meet me.
Nice to meet you.
That's my special salutation for BJ. I thought I used to be the late one every week, because I'm signing autographs. It's definitely his turn. It's all about him these days, but that's good. Did you have anything
Char's
special going on this week, BJ?
Excuse me?
No. Did you have
What was that?
anything special going on this week, like with your with Moda or anything? Anything with your fashion house? Anything exciting we'd like to hear about?
That I like to
That's kept
talk
you
about?
busy?
I like to hear about. What?
Oh, never mind.
I told you,
Forget
Char
it.
is
For crying
slowly
out loud.
losing her mind.
For crying
Why
out
are
loud.
y'all-
That's okay. That's
I didn't-
okay. Let's move along.
Hey,
It's okay.
BJ, you came on the show. Is there anything exciting that you want to talk about your fashion line, BJ? Let's go ahead and interview you, BJ. Let's talk about your fashion
it was keep him so
anything
busy.
Exciting,
That's obviously
anything
keeping him
exciting
busy.
happened? Do you
He's
have a new
late
office
every
manager,
week.
BJ? Huh? BJ, what's going on?
No,
Did you sew
that I'm
something
not
tonight,
excited to
BJ?
hear about. No.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
here's the thing, BJ. BJ, you're super late every week, and it used to be me. So thank God it's not about me being late anymore.
No, I'm not
Yes,
super
you
late
are. You
every
come on
week.
super late, and it's
So
because
she's-
you're.
so
Yes,
what
you
it is
are.
she's trying to
Yes, you are.
shade you.
And it's because
That's what it
he's
is.
signing autographs, and he's having this fabulous fashion life, and meeting all these amazing people in New York. And you probably just. I wouldn't be surprised.
No.
Did you just come out? Did you just come back from Dubai? Is that where you were? Abu Dhabi, where were you? You just got off the plane. That's my point. I'm being sarcastic, okay? So he couldn't even catch that. It's like, oh, what? Huh? What'd you say? So
Well, first of all, Dubai was in April.
Oh, my
Second of
bad.
all-
What was
second
I
of all,
thinking in April?
I'm getting ready for New York Fashion Week in September. So, yeah. I'm busy.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
You know what you got to pass, because that is very big. And it's, as a matter of fact, oh, yeah, that's pretty soon. Okay, well,
Are you
that's
now
weird.
satisfied with why he's late, Char? Does he have a pass from you,
Absolutely, yes.
Char?
Yes, absolutely.
Lord.
Because September's around the corner.
BJ, you're lucky you passed the test.
Congratulations. And
You were going to be fired if you didn't pass the test as to why you were late all the time now.
I see.
It used to be
yeah.
me, though. I'm just saying I was always fashionably late, no pun intended on BJ fashionably late. But it was always me. So I'm like, BJ, is he coming on today, guys? Oh, we don't know. Oh, there he is. Welcome.
Lord.
That's why I said
Can
nice
anybody
to meet you.
answer me
It's
this?
been so long.
How are we friends with Char?
Don't be.
How is she one of the hosts on this show?
Well,
You
she
guys
kind of
just saw
stuck
me as a
around.
stray.
God.
I was a stray cat. I was
Did you
just
say
a stray
Kevin
you guys
Smith?
found on the side of the road. Now, one
Yeah,
of you
that
guys
sounds
were like,
about right.
oh, look at the little cat. Let's bring the kitten in.
Look
Give
at
it
the
some
little Char. Oh, who wants to adopt her? Good
What's
Lord.
She has no home.
what's
She has no home.
what's going on today? What's the topic?
What?
Me, BJ, I'm going on today, okay?
Yeah, because this is kind of degrading into a conversation over like drinks or something.
Yeah. I'm like, yo,
What are we
come on,
doing
man.
here?
Yeah, what we doing?
Oh,
I'm
the
like,
men
come
had
on.
to re-listen.
I gave
Yo.
The men had
I
to
gave him gold
re-listen.
earlier, BJ. I was talking about this kid that got hit up for child support, and these two just reacted like I just said. You know, Kmart discontinued typewriters or something. They were like, "Oh, well, you know, that's crazy." You know,
They
that's
did
bad.
I was
discontinue.
I
horrified.
have no idea.
I was horrified.
You know.
What
But if
else can I say
told
about
them
it?
a roller coaster malfunctioned at Six Flags, they would have been up in arms. Oh my God! What? Who did what? Someone needs to. But you know, they were just like, oh,
Probably,
wow, that's crazy. I
probably.
don't think that should have happened.
No, I said the parents of this boy needs to take this woman back to court, needs to reopen the case, and they also needs to resue for her winning.
Yes. Wait. Yeah. Okay, there's a lot of things that they should do. The fact that you should focus on is that some judge who has been sanctioned by the justice system said this rape victim needs to pay his attacker child support for the rest
That's
of
crazy.
his life.
What?
That is
Oh, no.
insane. That is a
Oh, my
jailable
God.
offense, in my opinion. The judge
Damn.
should be disbarred. The family court should be completely. There's someone who should go in there with a hatchet and cut everybody's job. All of you stood by while this case went by. No one said anything. The news isn't even reporting it.
What city was this?
It's crazy. What's that?
Well, what city was it in? Or the state
I don't know. I gotta look at the article again.
That's crazy.
DJ asking the hard-hitting questions.
I
didn't even think to ask what city was it in. Shut up.
Like I said, you can't cure crazy. You only can medicate it. You can't cure crazy.
Anyways, while Logic is looking for that, and while we apparently are, have dead conversation going on between me and Char, because we don't care about little boys who are raped and charged with child support, apparently.
Oh, this was in Phoenix.
Wow, Arizona.
I would more think
Nick,
I would more think like the Midwest.
Go ahead.
You heard me?
Go ahead.
No, I was saying I would more think that would be like the Midwest or whatever. Arizona, wow.
Why?
I don't know, because they're the ones who usually do crazy stuff like that.
What is Phoenix progressive? It took them how long to recognize Martin Luther King's birthday? They're behind.
I didn't know that.
Anyway, oh my God.
It's not the judge's fault.
Anyway.
It's just too hot out there. You can't think straight.
Now,
130 degrees.
Anyway. Okay,
Question. Really quick. Is the judge female?
That doesn't make a
I'm
difference.
trying to read the article.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay. All right. Nick Olivius became a father at 14, a fact that he would blah, 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 blah. While in high school, Olivius had sex with his 20-year-old teacher. As he sees it now, she took advantage of a lonely. Why would they say as he sees it now? He was taken advantage of, period. Oh, God. Anyway, state law says a child younger than 15 cannot consent with an adult under any circumstances. He was 14 at the time. He didn't realize at that time that it was something. This is what bothers me. Every time it's a male victim, they try to act like there's some kind of thought process or realization that a male victim could have or should have went through. But anytime it's a girl, they never discuss like, oh, well, she didn't realize this, because it's never even questioned that she's a victim. Period. It doesn't matter if she did consent or she didn't consent, or if she thought they were in a relationship or she didn't. At the end of the day, this child was underage. They do this all the time. Even when they talk about it, they say, well, a guy, how bad is that? How much they talk about it like because if it's a boy, somehow they have, they understand it, or that's something that isn't really a big deal because it's such a, she's a hot teacher. It doesn't matter. This kid was 14. Anyway. Fear and frustration. I'm going to go through all of this because they're talking a bunch of nonsense. All right. He has become one of the state's 153,000 active child support cases, according to Arizona Department of Economic Security, Division of Child Support Services, and May loan payments. Oh, goodness gracious. Nonsense. According to the Father's Rights Advocate, cases in several states have garnered attention, although there has been some public outcry over charging a crime victim with child support. The courts have consistently said states have every right to do so. My question is, how many of them are girls? The boy who at age 13 impregnated his 17-year-old babysitter under Kansas law, a child under age of 15 is legally unable to consent. The Kansas Supreme Court in 93 ruled that he was liable for child support. Wow, at 13.
At 13.
So Kansas Supreme Court said that at 13 he is liable for child support to his 17-year-old babysitter that raped him.
Well,
California issued a similar state Yeah, California issued a similar state court ruling a few years later in the case of a 15-year-old boy who had sex with a 34-year-old neighbor. In that case, the woman had been convicted of statutory rape. In both cases, it was the state social service agency that pursued the case after the mother sought public assistance. Wow.
So, hey, yo, that 13-year-old boy, the last one you talked about, where is he getting the money from? The parents, right? The parents had to pay child support.
The parents are obviously going to pay. I mean, listen, the 13-year-old boy is a totally different case than the one I was talking about, which was the 19-year-old now.
Right.
Well, he was 17 when he got her pregnant, but yeah, she's out of prison now. Did her 2 years, and now she's hitting him up for child support. And Phoenix was like, "Yeah, you need to pay." You know, because
that's crazy. That's like she was chasing an extra paycheck. That is insane.
Yeah,
man.
She get a paycheck for the next 18 years after she raped this dude, and he's on the hook.
Damn.
He's on the hook for it. So going through college, he has to pay his rapist child support.
Imagine carrying that through your life.
My question is, how does she get custody if she's a rapist and an ex-con? How does she get custody?
Man, some of the laws, boy, I tell you.
Because the mother usually does. Logic, the mother automatically gets custody.
She's a rapist and an ex-con.
I know. But she gave birth to the baby. She's not in prison now. They probably thought she could prove. Maybe she could prove
you hear how she's talking about custody like a puppy or something. BJ.
No,
like
no.
There's a very casual type of attitude that they have.
Take care of the child.
Yeah. They usually get custody.
No, look, I don't agree with it. I'm just saying, don't the courts automatically give the child to the mother unless the father fights for the child, or unless the father can prove
what the courts
that person is not capable of taking care of the child?
Char, stop it. Stop. I don't care what they usually do. This is not a usual situation. She raped this guy, had his child, went to prison, got out, and now is trying to get money from her rape victim. Whatever the courts normally do, they need to switch off of autopilot for a minute and think, like, okay, wait a minute. You did, How did you get this kid? Oh, well, I went to prison because no, ma'am, you cannot charge your rape victim for child support. In fact, we're going to take this kid from you. I don't know how this slipped through the cracks. Look, get out of here. Beat it. You get nothing. That's what should have happened. I don't care what they usually do.
I agree. I don't know where these judges come from. Yeah.
She's a rapist and a pedophile.
I mean, anyone could be a judge these days. We can make those kind of rash decisions that are unjust. They just don't. I don't know how these judges can make certain decisions, and it's just okay. No one overrules it. There's no one else over that judge to say, "Hey, you're an idiot." So it's crazy.
Because it's corruption.
Unfortunately,
at the end of the day, it's corruption.
Yeah, corruption in the system. Yeah, man.
You got a bunch of corrupt judges. It should have been no way that this. Number one, this should have been the leading. Like, I don't even know why we need to hear about celebrities. When stuff like this is happening, this should be the lead story.
Exactly.
On CNN should be talking about it. People should be bringing in these presidential candidates that are talking about nonsense and stuff like that. Who cares? They should be talking about the fact that our courts in this country are charging rape victims for child support. They should be talking about that. If they did discuss something so mundane, you know what I mean? It should be things like this. And these judges that gave these things the easy pass, like go ahead, we're going to charge you with. They should be disbarred. They should review all of their cases because these people obviously are retarded. So you can't now you have to call into question if you thought that this should have happened. This is a legal premise that should have happened to this victim. We need to go over your cases because we need to see what kind of other things as you've been saying is okay. We need to call into question your expertise here. And whatever lawyer represented her, I'm sorry, they should be a pariah in the community.
Yeah, they want to air that. They want to put that on the news mainstream because it's not entertaining us. It's not entertaining us. Right.
Yeah, it's straight young men. They don't care about that. Now, if he was a trans, if he was gay in some way,
it'd be a protest. It'd
have been a firestorm.
It'd be a protest in every city. I'm like, yo.
She would have got shanked in jail.
yeah.
They would have organized. She'd have got bone checked in the shower.
Don't mess with the gay community. Don't do it.
Oh no,
man.
It's over.
They'll take you down.
Unbelievable.
So what we're going to do in the meantime, real quick, we're going to take a pause on this topic, and we're going to go ahead and go to commercial. If you want to weigh in on this topic about, if you haven't heard of any other news about, I guess young males being raped and then being charged with child support, give us a call at 607-203-5378. That's 607-203-5378. Hit 1 so that we know that you want to come on air and say your piece. Otherwise, you could also email us if you have any stories about this, know that this happened to anybody or if this happened to you and you want to get it on air to let people know what's going on. Email us at noconductradio@gmail.com, and we will definitely talk about this on air so we can get airs on this, because like Logic said, it's mostly females that people rally for. Or, as he said, if it's like a guy who's not straight, but straight guys seem to just have this rap, like they can't get any help or nothing bad happens to them, or man up. So we want to hear from you, 607-203-5378, or email us at noconductradio@gmail.com. We'll be right back. Hi, everyone. Kai here with No Conduct Radio. I'm here to talk to you about Zephora Hair and Eyelash. That's your exclusive stop for hair and lash products. If you speak with their clients, they'll tell you that the company guarantees top quality along with unique, limited edition, and seasonal items that fits any budget. Men, this new product that I'm talking about is all about you. The Barber Slab Beard and Hair Oil produces hair growth, heals your scalp, heals any razor bumps you may have, and offers your skin a clear complexion. It contains vitamin A, B, C, and D, and is chemical-free. And for those conscious ones out there, it's vegan and all natural, and it's not tested on animals. It comes in 2 sizes, a 4-ounce for $7 and an 8-ounce for $12. You can try a sample of Barber Slab Beard and Hair Oil for only $3 plus shipping and handling by purchasing it on their website at ZephoraHairandLash.online. Also, look them up on Instagram at BeardPearlBeauty_Pro. To make it easier for you, you can just visit our website, www.noconduct.com, and you can find Zephora Hair and Eyelash right there on our homepage. Click on their banner, and it'll take you right to their site so you could try out the Barber Slab Beard and Hair Oil product. And we're back. So their information will be on our website after the show, and you can go ahead and try them out. And like I said, we were talking about men, so men, this product is for you. If you had anything to weigh in on the topic, or if you had any stories of this happening to you, or know anybody that this happened to, what I'm talking about is, guys being raped, or I guess it would still be rape even if you consented and you're like 13, that's still rape. So, guys being raped, or they're younger and they had sex with an older woman and they're still being charged and convicted for child support. If that's happened to you or any other stories about it, give us a call, 607-203-5378. So I didn't know this was an ongoing thing. Is there a way that we could, put a bunch of stories together and put together a petition about it or something like that? Maybe we can get eyes on it, or you think people won't care?
They're not going to care.
Nope.
They're not going to care. If it was a possibility that people would care, the news would have ran with it because they want ratings. They want to, get as much money as possible.
Exactly.
But they're not going to care because you're talking about a boy, a straight boy. On top of that, they don't care.
Aren't there any organizations out there that support men, though?
No.
Nope.
No, I mean.
In fact, no. Listen, hold on. I'm not even trying to be funny. There are none. And then I remember, it was like it might have been 2 years ago, that it was, a bunch of young men on the campus and everything. They were trying to have these conferences about men's rights and stuff like that. All of the female students showed up in force and acted as if this was some kind of affront towards women's rights and its male patriarchy, and
wow.
they shouldn't be having this conversation without women being involved, because it was men just wanting men to meet and talk about men stuff. The issues that men face, the unfair, divorce laws and stuff like that. But these girls felt, offended by it, and it was they pulled the fire alarms, and they can't even have these conversations because they feel, screw you. There's women out there suffering, so they can't even talk about it. They don't. They don't care.
Not that many men organizations like that. It's not. It's just not.
Yeah.
I used to have a long
they
time
don't care.
ago, though, but.
And men are a part of the problem because they have this whole
they won't come out. They won't come out
up and take it. Yeah, they think it's funny. They think it's funny when something happens to a guy. Like you hear it all the time, where these dudes get married to these, strippers or sluts, and then
right.
They're fine for a couple of years, and then next thing you know, the girl wants to divorce him and take half his stuff. Want to get the house, and he's he's like, yeah, man, that's what you get. You know what I mean? And they think it's funny. But if women were being taken down like that constantly,
man, they come together.
They be changing the laws. They be like, oh no, this is not legal. You shouldn't be able to do this. But because it's men, they don't care. Look what just happened to Johnny Depp. He had no history of abuse.
Oh, yeah.
No one ever heard of anything. This chick, Amber.
They took her side on it, and it turns out they had to retract that because he has proof that she was wrong.
Yeah. But, without hesitation, they were ready to deep six his entire career because this nobody came up and said, oh, he did this. No, like you said, no evidence, no proof, no nothing. No due process, nothing. They just, his career's over. We can't support him anymore. Based on what? What are you talking about? No one has ever heard of anything like this ever happening except this chick who has a history of relationships not working for her. So what? You don't think there's a pattern here? Oh, no, always believe. A woman would never lie. Remember they were saying that? Women would never lie about that type of thing. Really? Okay.
They can come out the woodwork in 6-7 years. Remember what? You be on the
but
hook.
Even me saying this right now, there will be women, like rolling their eyes, like, well, how many men have, that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a shame. I know of some organizations, they're not nationwide or anything, but it's like independent organizations that try to come together for men.
What are you talking about? Like a self-help group?
Oh no,
I don't know what it would be called, but they're trying to help guys because they see there's nothing out there for guys.
Not a self-help group.
Listen, if there is, there isn't one on a national level. There isn't one that has any kind of power or ability to, like this case we're talking about. There is no men's group, no lobbying group that will come through now and destroy this judge's career because he forced this young boy to pay his rapist money. Then there is no male group force that would do that. They're not doing it. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's been more than likely plenty of men that's read that article, and all they ever said to themselves was, man, that's crazy, and went on with their day.
Yeah.
They don't care because it ain't them. That's how men always are. You know, you hear guys laughing at dudes that are on the verge of having a nervous breakdown because they got divorced. And, oh, man, he just needs to shake it off. Shake it off? This dude's been working all his life, and some chick is taking everything that he's ever made. Shake it off? She's living in a studio apartment at 47 years old now because she decided, I want something new in my life. There is no shaking that off. That's crazy. That's good point, Logic.
Yeah, well, it's just what like people say. You know, they just tell men to be men. Just be a man up.
Man up, yeah.
Don't y'all hear that from since you're little?
Oh, I've been hearing it since I was,
Now, here's my question to girls, though. Now, women are, which I find hilarious now, they're complaining that young men don't want to get married anymore. And they're like, oh, what's the problem? Are women connecting that their terrorism, basically, their economical terrorism, is what's causing them not to be able to get, connected to a dude through the state? Meaning, dudes will be with a girl, but they're not trying to get married. They're not trying to give this chick access to his money and to his, like bar none with stormtrooper type of access there. He doesn't want that because these women out here, their sisters, are abusing the situation and taking at men for everything they got. Rationally, if you got a dude that's been working since, me and BJ have already said on the show, a guy is really not going to see the fruits of his labor working all his life unless he's a silver spooner or unless everything has been working out perfect for him. He's really not going to see the benefits of his hard work until his mid-30s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you've been working since 17 and you're starting to pay off 18, 19 years later, you get married to some girl and she just decides, you're not the person I married anymore. And she can't tell you what that means. And then, but what it definitely entails is that she wants to date other people and she wants to take half your money or get the house in the process. You have to now move back in to these crummy apartments, for a one-bedroom crummy apartment with some other 22-year-olds as your neighbor. You got to start all over again at 40 or 50 years old. No, dudes are not. They're not trying to have that. Like, so do women understand that, or do they just think dudes don't want to commit nowadays? Like, what are women connecting that? That's my question.
No, I mean, I just think that they just think guys don't want to commit, and all the stereotypes that come with guys and that. That's what I think, hearing from younger women.
So what do women think when they hear some woman say that I got the house and he pays child support? Well, what do they think? They think that sounds right, like that's okay?
They say that's how it's supposed to be, as it should be. You did a lot of work. You deserve that.
Why? Why
putting up with that guy, you deserve
half
that.
a man's achievements? It's just like it's like Sugar Shane's. It's like Sugar Shane's ex-wife. She wanted to take his title belt.
Yep.
Why?
She wasn't even in the ring.
What the hell did you need that for? What? Like look. I don't care what he did. Why would you want to take this man's title belt? What reason?
I don't know. I don't ever want anybody's stuff. I have my own stuff. I was gonna say it's just like what's his name, the Amazon guy, when he got divorced and his wife got half. People said he deserved it.
Oh, she said he deserved it. She deserved it.
No, they said she deserved it. She worked hard for it. She had to deal with him. The same stuff.
See, I don't.
It's hard for me to feel sorry for Jeff Bezos because he actually was a scumbag in the relationship. He cheated on her openly with this chick that worked at Entertainment Tonight or something like that. I can't even remember where she's on TV.
Yeah,
he
didn't care.
Openly cheated on this, but like he didn't care. So I don't. It's hard for me to look at him like, oh, you poor guy. He's
in that instance, I agree with it. But if it's something like, I don't know, she just feels like we grew apart, and I just want to find myself, and she feels she should get.
No, I still don't feel his wife deserves half his money. Like she doesn't deserve $20 billion because she got embarrassed. You know, you knew what kind of guy you were getting with. He didn't just turn into an asshole overnight. You know, but like I said, I'm just saying it's hard for me to feel bad for him. But no, she does not deserve $20 billion because he cheated on her. I'm sorry. No. A house and some comfort for the rest of your life. Yeah, get the house and pay some alimony. But you're a billionaire? You require yourself to be a billionaire now? No. I'm sorry, no. I don't think any divorce court should ever award any woman billions of dollars for choosing the wrong guy. No.
That's great.
You got to take the good with the bad. You knew what you were getting into.
Something because she was with him, but maybe not half. Even though I think if I was in her shoes and I didn't do anything, and you just kept cheating on me and I want a divorce, I think I would try to go for half at that point. I normally wouldn't go for anything, but in that instance, I think I would.
But that would just be spite, though. That's just
but billions of dollars.
That's why
how much is he worth, Logic? But let me ask you this, Logic. How much is he worth? Amazon. Are you talking about Amazon guy, right? And his wife? Isn't that who you guys are talking about? How much is he approximately? How much is he? Okay, thank you. But how much is he worth approximately? I mean, billions I know, but about what? 60 billion, 40 billion? That's what I'm asking you. What is
it's way over 40 billion. I can't even remember what it is. He's the richest man in the world now.
Right, I heard that. So here's my point. Even if it was 40, well, I had actually saw some kind of special or something, and they had all the billionaires. There's only 200,000 something billionaires in the United States, and they listed the top 10. And anyway, so here's
billionaires.
Look it up. It's only less than 2% of the world. Period. I'm not in the United States. It might be the world.
You're talking about worldwide.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what they meant. Exactly. But here's what I'm saying. If it was 40 billion, if he's worth 40 billion, I don't agree that she deserves half of that. That's ridiculous. But what if he was worth 200 billion or 100 billion? Then what's 20 billion? Technically,
it doesn't matter.
I don't care if a dude is a trillionaire. Okay, no woman deserves to get billions of dollars because she chose the wrong guy.
Reason.
Does she deserve to not have to worry about her future? Yeah, she deserves a house, especially if she was cheated on and stuff. She deserves a house. If they have kids, the kids deserve to have a future and, those kind of things taken care of. Yeah. But for this woman to make a come up and be in the exclusive club of billionaire status, no. I don't believe any of that should be happening unless he personally decides I'm going to give her a few billion because I was a dick. Like, if he makes that personal choice, not enforced by the state, then that's his choice. Like, he should, okay, well, if you want to give her that money, he can. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying the state has no right to go into your bank account and say, we're going to decide what you're going to get. What? No. No. I could see getting a house And if she can't keep that house due to the taxes are too high, then she can sell that house, and take that money and do live whatever kind of life she wants to live. But to sit there and say, oh no, you got to give her the house, and you're going to have to come up off of half that bank account. So wait a minute, she gets my $115 million mansion, and on top of that, she gets like $15 billion of my money. What am I giving her my house for? Let her go find her own house. Tell her to get out. Beat it. No, that's crazy talk. Crazy talk.
Yeah.
It's a little extreme. It really is. Unless they had an agreement prior to that. I don't mean a prenup, but maybe they just okay. What if he was poor, broke, when she first met him?
They're
had an agreement. If he ever comes
prenups now. Prenups don't even matter. They're overturning prenups now.
Oh, they are.
Yep.
There's some basketball player. His wife just took him to court, and they just threw his prenup out because they changed the law like a year ago, and so his prenup is not grandfathered in, and they just like, no, it doesn't count. Now you got to pay.
Wow.
So it's like, what's the point in getting married?
Exactly.
Yeah, a lot of these younger guys are really not getting married, and a lot of
somebody has some crazy feedback. I can barely understand.
I don't know what it is. I know. It's like somebody on a walkie-talkie. The hell is that?
Okay. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Was it Char?
It must have been Char.
I don't know.
I don't know. I put myself on mute, but I'm not doing anything. There's no action back here in here, so I don't know.
It was feedback. We could hear ourselves. It was very loud. That's what it was.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Sorry.
What were you saying?
Go ahead.
I said a lot of younger guys don't want to get married anymore, and on top of that, they're not having children anymore. The U.S. Birth rate has actually dropped tremendously. I don't remember the percentage, but I know the U.S. birth rate has dropped tremendously. And I know a lot of, because, I do IT, so I'm around a lot of younger people. And a lot of the younger males, they want to be in a relationship, but a lot of them say they don't believe in marriage, and a lot of them say they don't want any children, as opposed to the females who want to get married, but they're
married and children.
These men won't commit anymore, and then they're like, I want to have children. And so a lot of them are thinking about going to older dudes because the younger guys don't want to get married.
And the older dudes, they get married either. What?
Getting married? No, but
and
you know what?
They don't understand why. And I can't talk to them because I don't know them that well, so I can't talk to them about, the Me Too movement and this and this and this is all contributing to that.
Yeah, you're right. They might find the old stuff. Them old guys. Yeah.
Mhm. Some old dude with a conversion van and cream soda in the back seat. Go in there and get some of the change out my candy dish. You can go ahead. I got you.
Please.
Yeah.
Got him. You're like, got him.
Wow.
But I don't know. I can't. Me personally, I wouldn't even want to have a baby just because of the state of mind chicks are in nowadays. These girls are so immature. They are so like the lazy. I've never seen so many lazy women in my life that come up. Like it astounds me how many reasons they come up with. I can't work because of you can't work. You can't get out there and get this money. You scared to get out here and get this money? That's what you're telling me? I'm supposed to think that's adorable? No. So I'm going to have 2 kids to take care of because you're not going to work, and I got to take care of you, and I got to entertain you, and anytime you get sick, I got to take you to the hospital, and all of this is on me. All of this is on, and then on top of that, I got my kid now that you just had. So now that's like me being a single father, and I'm taking care of 2 children. Why would I?
But I love you though.
Yeah, like what are you talking about? No, why would you say that? I pull my weight. I pull my weight. How do you pull your weight? Scrubbing the tub? I can pay somebody to do that. I don't need you here to clean my tub. I know how to clean a tub.
Yeah. And that's
I need a partner. What do you bring it to the table? Well, I love you. And who cares? That's talk.
You can get a puppy for that.
I don't know.
Well, that's why you're alone, Logic.
Hey,
who says I'm alone? See, there you go again, assuming that I'm alone.
Woman. You don't see the value in a good woman.
A good woman.
I'm gonna tell you something.
No. If I found a good woman, the value, but you gotta find them first. They gotta come up with the value. They can't just
And then you gotta hope. You gotta hope they don't have baggage from choosing the wrong dudes for years.
Yeah,
they got a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah, the mental baggage. Oh my God, that's just worse than having kids.
I'm not dealing with that. Why not? Well, because the last few guys, I ain't the last few guys.
Exactly.
Don't bringing that static to me.
Category, right? On category.
Well, because I just can't let my bye. Listen, I'm gonna let you off on this corner. You got Uber, right? You take care and you take that attitude down to the bar because I ain't the one.
That's not going to make a difference. All it's going to do is they're going to be like, well, he just couldn't handle a strong woman.
Why would I care? That's going to be the next man's problem. I don't care. She could say whatever she wants about me, but she's going to say it while I'm not around because I'm not dealing with it.
That takes a energy, man, to deal with crazy. A lot of energy.
Again,
it's
like dealing with a kid. You got to keep putting the chick on timeout. You got to keep talking to her. Listen, we going to have a conversation.
Explaining and
tired of
There'll be somebody in the wind saying, "I'll never do that to you. I'll never treat you like that."
They all say that, Kai.
They all say that.
They all say that.
No, I'm talking about there'll be a guy in the wind saying that.
Well,
they all say it too. All of them dudes is like, that's crazy. I don't know how. You know how many women are cheating on their dude right now? And the guy that she's cheating with, he's saying like, man, if you was my girl, I don't know how he treating you like that because I would have. He's telling her whatever she wants.
Yeah.
You know how many guys are quote unquote friends with a girl and says, man, if I was your man, I'd take you out every weekend. I can't. You mean to tell me he don't take you out all the time and pull a bunch of nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
They telling this girl everything she want to hear.
That's like embedded in men's mind to say that. That's what we say sometimes. It's easy to say.
It's typical con artist, routine. I'm gonna say to this mark whatever I have to say to sell this nonsense so I can get what I want. And then once I get what I want, I don't have to make good on any of my promises or anything. So all of these girls that meet these dudes and online and you're talking and I like long walks on the beach too. Yeah, of course, everyone does. Yeah. I wonder how many times he actually does it. Come on.
And make it so bad.
A little intellectual springy step.
Yeah, the guys don't really have the talk, ask questions, because the females just talk, and they just learn. Okay. I'm trying to get it this way. They don't have to say nothing. Just listen to it. They're gonna say anything. We're gonna tell you everything anyway. What's going on with in the relationship was bad, and the guy's gonna soak it up. So I wouldn't do that. Yeah, well, how can he do that? Because you tell them everything that's wrong with your relationship. That's how you can come in and just get you like
And all you gotta do is say something like, what do you like to do? Oh, I like to go to plays. Oh yeah, me too. What play? That's all he has to do is just put a little garnish on a conversation and get her to keep talking. I like this play and I like that play and blah blah blah. And what kind of music do you like? Oh, I like Prince and Purple Rain was my favorite. Oh, me too. Ugh.
See?
That's it. Off to the races.
Just off to the Damn.
Well,
and then
before
and then whatever poor bastard she's actually with, he's going to be like, well, why? What would you? Well, because you don't talk to me anymore.
Yeah, my friend, he's taking me out. What? We going out to the field. I'm just friends with him. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Nonsense.
Okay, so let me say this before I start driving in this noisy truck again. So speaking of con artists, I guess, my friend, okay, so she is older than me, and she got with this dude, and I guess it was the whole con artist thing, like y'all said, hey, you know, I act this way at first. You know, I wine and dine you and whatever other girls like to do. I don't know. Whatever other girls like to do. Go out to expensive restaurants, go out to movies, picnics, whatever that. Anyways, in the beginning, that's how it was. And so they moved in together. I think they've been together maybe a year or two. They moved in together and everything. And now that they're together, he's being really cheap with her. He's being mentally abusive towards her, like telling her, you know, her family doesn't care about her or whatever. She's not that special, like stuff like that. He is.
Is she still with this guy?
He is, you know, he doesn't really want to share his money with her. Not that he has to, but it's more like all the restaurants and stuff doesn't come into play anymore.
What do you
and
mean
I'm trying to
doesn't
think of
come
the
into
other
play?
things.
He's not taking her
Like
out?
he
Is that
doesn't
what
take
you're
her
saying?
out or anything. Just like nothing. But to me, that's not a big deal because I'm not a big person who does that, but that's her thing. She likes going out, and that's how they started, and he knows that she likes that. And he has an addiction, not a drug addiction, but you know you could be addicted to different things. He has an addiction that is impacting the money that they make. So right now, her thing is she really loves this guy, but she doesn't know.
Why?
And like I said,
she's
but like I said, wait, like I said, she's older than me. And she's listening right now, so because I told her I'd bring this up to our panel. So she's older than me, and I think it's more of, number one, she doesn't really have, and I guess it also goes back to money and being alone. So fear. She doesn't really have that much money, and she doesn't want to be alone because she's, you know,
fear.
I guess once you get to a certain age, you just feel like, hey, you know, all this time has passed. So the question is, what should she do? And if y'all think, because I told her, you need to leave. Screw money, screw this. You know, you need to love yourself first. This is what I told her. You need to love yourself first before, you know, you sit there and wait for anybody to love you. Love yourself. So the question is, what should she do? Should she leave or should she sit down and have a conversation with him and hope it'll get better? And if she should leave, how should she do it? Should she just walk out, just go, or should she have a conversation with him as to why she's leaving?
Well, first of all, conversation or not, she has to get over her fear of him. Just talking to him, period. She has fear. Once you have fear of someone is already in you, it's hard for you to talk, express your real feelings to them. So she got to get over that first. If she get over that, then she got to sit down and talk to him, and you know. That fear is the one thing. Then she can leave. She's got to, you know, leave. She can't just take that mental abuse.
That's good advice, BJ. That's good advice, BJ.
You think she's afraid of him, BJ?
Well, you said, yeah, I think she has fear. That's just that fear of being alone. Fear of being alone.
Yeah. She's afraid to be by herself. So there is a fear there, and whatever. If she has a fear of being alone. And the way that you describe this guy is acting, then more than likely he's picked up on that fear, and he doesn't feel like he has to do anything to keep her there. Whereas if a dude knew that he was messing with a girl that didn't care about being alone, he would be a little bit more careful about how he treated her because he knows that she'd be like, all right, look, pack your stuff, get out of here. I'm not dealing with this no more. You know, but if he knows that this girl is going to be, you know, worried that I don't want to be alone, then he knows that he can kind of lean back now and be like, okay, yeah, you know, what you going to do? You going to leave me?
Yeah, that's mental abuse, right? Yep. Yep.
Okay, well, I just want to add two things. BJ, that was very good advice. Logic, I get what you're saying, but I think that BJ was saying also that she could fear him, and that's maybe why she's not talking to him, because she feels like she can't talk to him because he might be one of those men who is always in denial and very aggressive or evil that won't have a conversation. The other thing is, how do we know it has anything to do with being alone? What if she just doesn't have the money to start over? Because a lot of women are doing well before they meet certain men, and the man introduces a certain lifestyle to them, and to the next thing you know, it's like that's taking over everything, and they act a certain way. They're totally different. Like, that's not fair to be a con artist. It really isn't. That's another thing. But how do you know that it's being alone? What if she just is not leaving because she doesn't know where to begin? Like Kai said, if she is older, she might not know where to start. But if she was independent before, that's the saddest thing, because that man can play on that, because he knew he took her away from everything. If she was independent, had her own place, paying her own bills, and then she's with him because he's, lavishing her with a certain lifestyle, then he's acting like an a-hole. Now he's definitely playing on that insecurity.
Yeah, well, it won't
Does
be no
everybody
money
understand
issue,
that?
it won't be no money issue because she wanted to, to start leave and have a fresh slate. You get the money will come. Just, be a peace of mind and start over, and get to know yourself, whatever, live by yourself. But don't live there under that kind of mental, boundaries and all that kind of stuff, and be stuck with the money and all that kind of stuff. And see that you can start over and then start a new life regardless and have a peace of mind. That's the whole thing. Money is money, but peace of mind.
Okay, why
anything
do you
money.
say there's no money issue if she has no money? There's a lot of people out there who don't have anything to start over, whether they have children or don't have children. So it is a money issue.
Listen,
because for a lot of women, they wouldn't
no. It's not about money.
All right.
Okay? Because if you know that somebody is disrespecting your dignity in some way, or they're taking advantage of you because they know you're in a situation, money or not, you have to put your foot down, or the message you're going to be sending this person is that it's okay for you to continue to disrespect me. This is why dudes, if they're millionaires or not, if you get cheated on, it's because you've allowed your woman or your man to know it's okay for you to cheat on me, because I'm not ever going to do or say anything that's going to make you have to answer for this, or you're not risking anything. So this is why these things happen. It has nothing to do with money. She's allowed this guy in some way to know I can completely neglect you and things that you've always wanted or that you have stated to me are important to you in a relationship. I don't have to care about any of that anymore. I can just do what I want because this is the way that I want to live. And she let him know that regardless of what he does, she's not going to go anywhere. So what incentive does he have? What incentive does he have now to make sure that he does the things that she's always wanted him to do in a relationship? There's no incentive for that, because there is no risk on his part. He's not risking anything.
But Logic, according to Kai, it sounds like to me he was doing all of those things, and then for whatever reason he's a con artist. So once he felt like he got her emotionally, he stopped.
Char, stop. He was doing those things to get into the relationship. Now that he's in the relationship and feels secure in the relationship, he doesn't have to do those things anymore. And so he's changing. Anybody that decides they're just going to change the dynamic of the relationship regardless of what the other person feels, does not respect that person, because they're unilaterally making a decision that's changing the course of the relationship. They don't care about the other person's feelings.
Yeah, it's like they're in their own relationship with by themselves. Yeah.
That goes back to every person that cheats. Any woman that cheats and says, "Oh, I cheated because blah, blah, blah," it doesn't matter. That whoever the dude is needs to know she has just decided she's going to change the course of your relationship regardless of how you feel. And that's the same thing a woman needs to understand. Any dude that cheats on her, he's just decided I'm going to change the dynamics of the relationship because of what I want, and I don't care how you feel about it.
Can I ask Kai something? Kai, when you said addiction, what addiction? Was it gambling? Was it you? I don't think you said it was drugs. Was it gambling or something crazy where a person feels like they can't stop and they just, it's like a selfish addiction that affects the relationship and that does affect money? What was it?
Well, I don't want to go into the addiction because I didn't have her permission to say that. But all addiction is a selfish addiction, and it's an addiction that cuts into their money. So that's a selfish addiction.
Okay.
And it's an addiction that you can't stop because it's an addiction.
Okay. That's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem, especially if it wasn't presenting itself in the early part of a relationship. I mean, you can go on for years and not know if a person has an addiction. Then what are you supposed to do, Logic and BJ? If a woman finds out 2 years into the relationship that her man, and let's just say, for example, has a gambling addiction to the point where before the money was being fairly distributed in the household, and she was being spoiled or lavished or whatever their arrangement was, and then he literally is throwing thousands, tens of thousands into whatever casino. That's another type of severe, like, abuse within the household. That's extremely selfish. It's extremely irresponsible. And I think, and not to even admit that there's a problem and get help. I mean, don't you guys see that? That's the reason alone that most people probably would leave. Do you guys think that person should get help, or you think that the woman should just say, forget it, I'm just going to walk out? Because they obviously the man knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. And he doesn't care. Doesn't have to
I was going to say, I think any kind of addiction, I don't know if you should put up with it. I wouldn't put up with any addiction because then that's like I'm dealing with a child.
No.
Now my money is being affected, and I have to constantly watch you. I have to constantly make sure. I don't have that kind of time.
Kai, now your friend, did he have that addiction before? While he was before they met? I mean, she knew about it?
I'm pretty sure he did, but she was not aware of it until she got with him.
Hold on. She wasn't aware of it.
That's what I was asking. That's what I was saying. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so all right, okay. So,
yeah, she wasn't. Some people can really hide their addictions really well, and you don't know about it until you're really with the person. So now that she's living with him, that's when she's finding out about it.
Okay.
It could be a year or two later, BJ. It could be 5 years later. People sneaky, deceiving.
But no, that means she has no idea about the money in the household. Then is she not even looking at the money in the household? She, these are up to him.
That's not necessarily true. Kai,
if you're not living with the person, how can you look at the money in their household?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Not living with the person, right? And now when she started living with him, so how long did she find out that?
Now that she's living with him, now she's finding out about his addiction. But that's the thing. Now she loves him.
Could have been with him for a year or two before she moved in, BJ. I mean, she's emotionally, she's in, apparently. But so that's why I said it's very selfish. It's very reckless.
Hold on. I have to side with DJ here. People can hide that for years. If you wait a minute, hold on. Before you go merging your life with somebody, you need to know how they living. You need to see how they're moving. You can't just move in with somebody and say, oh, I had no idea that you stayed up all hours of the night chatting online with people. Like, you need to know these things before you get involved with this person.
Logic. Some people are very good at hiding these things. That's why they're called a con artist. Yeah. What if they?
You both talked over each other.
Go ahead, Kai.
Okay, you're
My question how do you find that out if you're not living with the person?
You have to do your research. I mean, there's there's no reason for you to tiptoe around it. You can tell the person outright, listen, before we move any further, I need to really understand who you are and how you operate. I say that up front. I don't even try to hide it. What do you spend your money on? You know, how's do you balance your budget? Like, how much?
He could tell you how he spends his money, but he could leave that out unless you ask for bank statements. Then that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, and who's gonna?
Okay. Hold on. Is that unreasonable as an adult that somebody's asking you to move in and merge your life with them? Is it unreasonable for you to need to know their financial situation? I don't think that's out of pocket.
I don't think it's out of pocket. I don't think it's unreasonable, but I think if somebody were to ask me for my bank statements, I think that's a bit much. Now, if I told you,
and guess what? Here's the thing. You can feel that way. You can feel that way. But as somebody that doesn't want to intertwine my life with somebody that's living haphazardly, then I can tell you, well, until you're ready to let me know, financially how you're operating, we can't move any further. We're not going to go to the next level until I understand how you're living. And if you can't understand that, then this is the wrong relationship, because I need somebody that I'm not going to have to explain this to. I need somebody in my life that's going to understand exactly why I'm asking this and not think for some reason I just want to be in their business. I don't care what you do with your money, but if you are in the red every month, you're just hemorrhaging and losing money constantly, I'm not mixing my life up with you.
Ain't gonna work.
Well, I think a lot of people don't think like that, like, hey, let me see your bank statement and all that stuff. So most of the time when people make stupid decisions, I'll be the first to say, okay, that was stupid. But I don't think that was stupid of her, because I wouldn't have thought to ask somebody for their bank statement. So, but, I mean, we only have 4 minutes. So my thing is, she made the mistake in the past. How does she rectify that? What should she do? What is y'all's
get out.
Advice to her to do?
Get out. There is no conversation to be had. There is no discussion. There's nothing that this guy can say like, oh, I didn't know you liked the God. He knew. He did everything he was supposed to do before, so he knew. He made a conscious decision not to do that anymore. That's all you need to know. Get out of there.
Get out and start over on your own. Do what you got to do.
Yeah, and in terms of the money, what if she doesn't have enough money to get out? What does she do?
Then then she's gonna have to live in a 1-bedroom shack
until
she
sacrifice.
can get it together.
Sacrifice.
Yeah. If you waited this long into the game.
I also told her, move in with family, start over. Like, it is what it is. But
listen, let's say family isn't an option. Everything in your life can't be comfortable all the time. If you have made whatever decisions thus far in your life to get you into this position where you really don't have anything, then these are the mistakes that you need to face, that you've made in life. You haven't accrued enough financial stability in your life to be able to demand and dictate how you want to live. That's a choice you made at some point to not have that ability. So you have to face that and change it.
I agree. I mean, I told her she needs to get out. What the hell is that? Oh, I thought that was a seal in the middle of the road. It was a beaver in the middle of the road.
I apologize, driving the entire show.
Yo, she just jumped out of her
show. I told you y'all are going on this journey with me. Y'all are coming on this journey with me. But anyway,
how's the movie coming?
I did tell her to get out. I did tell her, this whole money issue, it is what it is. And like I said last week to your cousin, Char, I think it was your cousin or your friend or whoever. Anyways, when people bring up the whole money thing to me, I started with zero with a newborn baby because my ex-husband took all my money and I had no money and I had no job and I had a newborn baby and I was not staying in that relationship. I was not going to put my daughter through that. So if I could do it with a newborn baby and figure it out, so can anybody else. So that's not an excuse. So I told her she needs to either go to family or she needs to figure it out on her own, get a job, figure it out on her own. But staying with somebody because I quote unquote love them, first of all, you need to love yourself first. And second of all, because of the money/lifestyle or whatever, no, that's not an excuse. So I told her to get out and get out immediately.
Yeah.
So, my friend, I know you're listening. Now you've heard 3 people tell you that. And I suggest you start packing and leave. And you don't have to talk to him about it. Cause, I wanted to know if you should. Because I would just be like, I'm out, bye. But, like the other panelist says, you don't have to talk to him. Just pack your shit. You don't owe him an explanation because y'all aren't married. Just pack your shit and go. End of story. Get out before you get too deep in. So that's our show for tonight, basically. And I hope this can help other people who's going through similar circumstances to learn that you don't have to stay anywhere you don't want to be. And love is not the tell-all, end-all in a relationship. If the love is not being reciprocated, and you're going to confuse it, and you're going to act like the love is being reciprocated, but if somebody is mentally abusing you, no, it's not being reciprocated. No matter what they say, oh, I'm so sorry, no. So, anyways, the end of the story is get out. But we'll be back next week right here on No Conduct Radio, Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And next week we're actually going to be taking your relationship stories. We got some good ones in. I do want to thank y'all for dealing with all my background noise. But like I said, I was taking you on my journey of moving today, so y'all got to move with me. Thank you for dealing with all my background noise, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace out, everyone.
Get your best relationship advice on NoConduct.com and No Conduct Radio. Goodbye.